And this observation also uh, can be read when we derive this formula. Again, difference quotient. By definition, this is g of x plus h on the bottom minus g of x on the bottom. Well, simplify this, you will find g of x plus h, g of x, we have an h here. In order to make these two numbers are the same, we need a g of x here. This is exactly minus of. The rate of change of g at x. So let h goes to 0. Under this condition, g of x is not 0. This number is not 0, so when h, the size of h is very small, then this one is also not 0, because of the continuity. Differentiability implies continuity. This one almost g of x, so non-zero, this must be non-zero. And this is g prime of x. Thus we have right. Because g is g squared 1 over g. And the reciprocal is a decreasing function. Therefore, the rate of change of this one equals the minus rate of change of this one multiplied by this coefficient, 1 over x squared. Well, so we have the quotient rule. Differentiation formula, quotient rule. If locally f is differentiable at the number x, g is differentiable at the same number x also, the value of g at x is non-zero, then the quotient, the derivative of the quotient of f and g equals the denominator is g squared, and the numerator is differentiate top, keep bottom one, minus keep the top one and then differentiate the second one. Again, never invent this formula. F of x over g of x, whose derivative equals no such a formula. There's no such a formula. No such a formula. Okay. Then this derivative is enlarged by this one with coefficient. Differentiate first, keep the second. Plus, keep the first, differentiate the second. This is product rule. And this one equals g squared minus g prime. Simplify, use one expression. We have g squared, differentiate the top, keep the bottom, minus, keep the top, then differentiate bottom. So this is the quotient rule. Oh. After you, right? Up it is quo. Or quotient, yes, quotient. Thanks. Okay, thanks for your correcting. Thanks, correction. This is very important because usually in this stage, in this present time, people use the software and seldom. How to see a teacher use the handwriting on the blackboard? They usually use slide or PowerPoint and just use explain something. But I think for basic fundamental science courses, write out and explain is the most efficient way to learn. This is my opinion, sorry, just my opinion. Maybe I'm already old. Yes, I'm very old, in fact. More than 60. Well, now we already learned some arithmetic operation. Yes, property of the limits. Not limit, differentiate derivatives. But for a given function, maybe polynomial, maybe a rational, maybe a trigonometric function. Yes. Again, constant function rule. Constant. Constant function rule. Suppose k is a constant, then k prime equals 0. Suppose f of x equals k. use prime notation, use DD notation. Precisely. Write down this formula, the function. Use functional notation. The name of the function is f. The rule of this function is called a constant function. Of course, for a constant function, the graph of the function is a horizontal line. Definitely, at any number x, no matter what increment of x is, the increment of y always is 0. So the slope is 0. This shows the constant function rule differentiate a constant function, you obtain 0. Since f is a constant or a constant function, f is constant means f is a constant function. K minus k is 0. Or not k, h n. Okay. Next, for the identity function.
Report. This is the report.
We have a prime of x always 1. In prime notation, in DD notation, in fact, the graph of this function is a straight line. So at any number x, the increment of x is exactly the same as the increment of 1. No wonder the slope is 1, always 1. Very good. So, according to the theorems, these theorems above, you can theoretically you can find the derivatives of polynomial functions, rational functions. Okay. But how about the power function? For example, the cubic root or trigonometric functions. Well, we will discuss next week, next time. Okay? Uh, About the midterm, I think the TA will give an announcement. Maybe in the following 2 or 3 days, the teacher will choose some period, a time you can find her if you are interested in your score. You can find her. Before that, our TA will public your score.